What's going on, SC Nation? So I was asked this question: Is MBA or is an MBA? I should speak proper English. Is an MBA useful for the sales engineering career? And the short answer is not really. Personally, that's what at least what I think. I know a colleague of mine who's doing it and he's happy with it, and he swears by it. I personally don't think so. I just think that everything we do, we can actually get better experience by doing whatever we are going to learn. So, from an MBA, I personally did masters in engineering management, and I graduated back in 2013. And as far as I'm concerned, I see it as a piece of paper. It hasn't added any value to me. Maybe if I ever become a manager, it could help. But I also feel that you can learn everything by being a manager. And even if you have that degree, you might have to relearn everything when you're a manager because company A works differently than company B. So personally, I wouldn't waste my money on an MBA. And if you've ever heard of Tim Ferriss, I mentioned him a little bit on the podcast. I've mentioned him on a previous YouTube video. He was thinking about doing an MBA and decided that money that he's gonna spend to do an MBA, he's gonna use it to actually do whatever MBAs do after they graduate. And he's more successful now. And if he had done the MBA, he probably would have. He might still be successful, but he wouldn't have that money to actually spend on uh, real life MBA. So I prefer a real life MBA over a university MBA. These days, I prefer everything that's real life. Even university, I went to university for a long time for different reasons, and when I started working, that's when I actually learned what I was supposed to do. So I graduated with a communications engineering degree, which is pretty much supposed to prepare me for what I did at Alcatel-Lucent as a support engineer. But when you go to university, you don't really learn that many things. Like, you have to learn so much. Most of it is not useful. So unless you want to be, in my opinion, unless you want to be an academic, universities these days are not that useful. You can go to college, and if you're in networking, you can do a CCNA, CCN, whatever it is, and you can get the same job. Or like, if you want to be a coder, there are so many boot camps that you can use that do not waste 4 years of your life, 5 years of your life. The one thing I like about it, and I think that's also valid with MBA, is at some point they sent you to do like a co-op or an exchange program where you have to do some of the things that you're studying. But again, you're not a full-time employee there. You're, at least as an intern, I was like, do the thing. I had to do the things that nobody else wanted to do, which weren't the fun parts, and I didn't really learn much as an intern. The only thing I learned as an intern is how to deal with difficult people. So there's that. But I could have also learned it by being a full-time employee. So bottom line, I don't think MBAs are that useful. But do your research, talk to your friends, and see what you guys think. That's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.